Hello and welcome. My name is Ash Albankali, and I'm going to be the host today for Welcome Back. Let's get back on track. So, this training is going to be primarily for agents that have previously joined and maybe they've went inactive or they've just had things going on in life and they want to go ahead and return and kind of ready to start back and pick up where you left off. Okay. So a lot of the times I've seen in the past that when people come back, they don't know where they left off. So I have sat down and compiled of a list of the most current trainings, the most current things that we are doing, and as well anything that you may have been stuck on before when you went inactive. Maybe there was something that was frustrating to you that you were stuck on. This training is going to provide ideas that most people get stuck on with kind of solutions for you. Okay. So if that is you, please make sure you continue to watch. If you are a new agent, I would highly look into like new agent orientation, etc. For new agents, not this training, because this is going to be for training that agents have already been here previously. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, not new agents. Okay. So first things that you want to do if you decide to sign back up is if you've already checked in with your mentor, I would highly recommend checking in with your mentor. You can easily check in with your mentor by text message. You can check in by email. You don't have to necessarily just call your mentor, but you can check in easily by text message or an email and let them know, hey, I'm active. Okay. The reason I would suggest doing that, primarily just so they know, but two, sometimes when you become active again, we're as mentors are shuffled with daily life. So just let us know so we can help you. Okay. Don't be a silent agent, because if we don't know how to help you, it's going to be harder for us to do so. All right. So make sure you check in with your mentor. Also, to make sure that you are back, go ahead and log into your back office. When you log into your back office, it should look like this. Log in, and it'll say all of this up here, your ID, and then active, right? So make sure that you're able to go in and do that as well. That lets you know for sure that you are active and back. Get started. Now, while we're going through this slideshow, there's going to be a cheat sheet that is going to be linked into you for the description part. Make sure you open the description and get the cheat sheet as we go through, okay? Now, I did do this in presentation form, but inside that cheat sheet, it's going to have everything that we're going over with videos attached to it. Looks like this. Check in with your mentor. Everything that we're doing is in this cheat sheet. If I say, hey, make sure you've completed your certificate and have it downloaded, I have a video here that's going to show you exactly that. Okay. Now, most everything has videos, minus a few things that are kind of self-explanatory. So if you need any trainings on how to do what we're going over, feel free to check out this cheat sheet and just save it to your Google Docs in general. All right, continuing on. So chapter 1. This is going to go over the basics, okay? Since this is a recording, you can feel free to skip through this video, whatever suits you. We know what part you're at. If you've already done a lot of this, feel free to get to near the end where I go over the harder stuff. If you started off and you didn't do anything, this is where you're going to want to start, okay? So the basics, most important thing that you're going to need is your certification, okay? The certification is the most important. Why? Because you can't do anything without it. Can't book, can't register for suppliers. You can't do anything basically inside your website, anything without getting that certification. So make sure that you go ahead and do that. Now, like I said in the cheat sheet, I'm going to have the link on how to do so, but you have to complete the 9 videos under the travel training program. You can verify your completion by going back into the travel training program and clicking on the download certificate. If there's no download certificate, you have not completed it and you might be missing a video, so check that. Okay, so first thing, certification. Next, you're going to want to attend some kind of new agent orientation. So there's different recordings for different teams, and I don't know which team you're on. So please reach out to your mentor. That is supposed to say mentor. Reach out to your mentor to get the latest recording, okay? If you reach out to your mentor and they don't really have a new agent orientation set up, the other option would be doing new agent basics. You will find that weekly on our corporate website. It's going to be not corporate website, sorry, it's going to be corporate Zoom, and you can find that in your back office once you log in right here. This is our corporate trainings. You'll see new agent basics on Wednesday. You should see that. You can attend that as well. Okay. But if not, feel free to reach out to your mentor. They probably have their own new agent orientation set up. Right. You may also catch it live. Ask your mentor about that. They do have some orientations live, and they also have that corporate training for you. Okay. Next thing is new agent phase 2. New agent phase 2 is on my YouTube channel, Trainings with Ash. Okay. The reason why I say new agent phase 2, it's not a requirement, it is optional, but we do this training with our team so we can basically put everything together. It's going to be setting up your, your social media platforms, setting up your marketing, setting up your niche, etc. That's new agent phase 2. So I highly recommend watching that. You can find it on my YouTube channel. I also have the recording inside the cheat sheet for you, but basically it prepares you for launch and what to do after your launch as well. So highly recommend that one. Also, reach and check with your mentor to see if you have joined the following. Okay, every team is different, so I listed the different options that most teams have, but most teams will have a team Facebook Messenger group that you can join. This is a great way to get access to the team up front and probably a little bit faster response from your mentor. A lot of teams have team websites. So I know Rising Tide has one that they're working on. So that's one of the main ones for sure. And then check with your team individually to see if they have a website as well. Most teams have either a Discord or a Facebook group. This just varies by team. So just check in with your mentor and say, hey, are there any, messenger groups or websites that I can join for extra support? They will provide it to you. Chapter 2. We have the setup. Okay, so I feel like the basic, that's going to be the most important: who you can contact, where to contact them, your certificate, so you can actually start getting suppliers, etc., and then suppliers and all the above to marketing. Okay, the next step is going to be the setup. So do you have an idea or like a general idea of what you want to sell or a niche? Okay, I highly recommend doing this or getting a rough idea at least of what you want to sell before you start marketing, because it's going to help you narrow down what you want to market. You don't want to be all over the place with the marketing, because every time you post, you're going to want to think like, what can my client do with what I'm posting, right? So if you're 1 second doing this and then the next doing another type of niche, it might confuse them. So try to get an idea roughly of what you want to sell. Okay. It doesn't have to be one specific thing. It could be a type of travel that leads to all-inclusive resorts and cruises. Okay. Anything like that works. All right. There's a training that can help you with this if you need help deciding on what you want to sell. So, like I said in the tip, get a rough idea to help with marketing and develop later. So you don't have to have something that's completely thought out. You don't have to have an exact plan. Just get a rough idea so you can do your marketing in a more specific way. Next, did you grab your affiliate links? A lot of people, when they first start out, they forget about the affiliate links. This is a great way to make passive income, and also helps you look really put together, because you're going to have all of these different links that people can visit to get more information about what you can do, right? So I highly recommend getting a link tree or a milkshake to organize them. The link tree comes out very beautiful. Milkshake is the same thing. It's just a different type of company that does it. But it comes out really beautiful because they can come and view all of your stuff. You can link your EVO website on there. Your contact form can be on there. And then you can paste that link tree everywhere, right? So it makes it easy for them to grab. But this is a great way to organize it and make sure you get your affiliates, okay? There's a ton. There's a training on all of this, of course. There's a training on where to get your affiliate links so you can have them all listed too, okay? Decide on marketing. This is one of the biggest mistakes people have when they first start, and this is one of the frustrating things that people develop, okay? When you're deciding on your marketing, a lot of you guys just go and attack it. The thing is that you need to plan and you need to strategize in order to be successful at this, okay? So this go around, please create your platforms. Make them all ordered how you want them. I don't care what platform you decide. I normally suggest not doing more than 3 at a time so you don't confuse yourself. I try to build one at a time, like focus heavily on a Facebook at first or TikTok, whatever, which one you want to do. Okay. Don't go and just start, posting. Have a plan with it. Like I want to post, start off small. I'm going to post 3 times a week. And you're also going to have branch up and everything included. So it's still posting for you, but get a plan and then build up to what makes you feel more comfortable. Okay. Order any collateral. If you want to do local marketing, get all the collateral that you want. There's a training on where you can order all the collateral inside the cheat sheet, but get all of the ones that they have, the cruises, the Disney, the different resorts have collateral. Get all of that and then start putting it together so you can go and prepare to do marketing local if you want to. And also don't forget to announce your business. You want to plan for the announcement so that once you announce, you have your marketing already in place. Okay. Don't just announce your business and then forget about it and then post a couple of days later. Okay, fine. Here's this. Have a plan. Okay, I announced. Now I'm going to talk about Travel Tip Tuesday. And then I'm going to post about, oh, this funny travel meme so people can share and get engagement. Okay. You have to have a plan to continue it. Okay. So get all of that done. And then let's go to the next step, mock booking. Now, this is one of the hardest things that people seem to understand when it comes to travel. Um, do you understand a mock booking? All right. Now, when I say that, I laugh because there's so many different ways to define a mock booking. So how can I even ask you if you understand it? But let me explain. When you're doing a mock booking, it can be, the basic sales post. It can be your entire resort that you built or the entire package that you built. It can also just be a Virgin Voyages, 70% off deal, right? So make sure you understand what a mock booking is. Make sure that you're posting mock bookings and make sure you create them with different vendors and different ideas. Brittany Maxwell, she does the training for this that I have listed, and she is one of the best mock booking people out there. Okay, so definitely look at her YouTube channel. That's also going to be listed there. But to get an idea, she uses different vendors every week to make a mock booking. So you can really kind of expand your knowledge for that through her. Okay. But make sure you understand a mock booking and make sure you post them, because the idea of a mock booking is you might not book that exact booking, but you're going to open someone's mind about, oh, well, hey, if they can save money here, I bet they can save money here. Or, oh, they can put this together. I bet they can put my trip that I want to go on together. That's the idea of the mock booking. All right. Are you listed? Another thing that people forget when they're setting up is listing themselves everywhere. Okay. Um, Google Business or Yelp is one of the most important places. A lot of people struggle with Google Business, so I say or Yelp if you can't get on Google Business. Yelp, you can even do it on your phone. You can download the app. The Yelp Business app works great. You can set it up there. These are the most important because when people Google you, this is where they're going to fall back on. It's going to show up. Think about when you search a restaurant. Where does it ship? What do you search? Where do you show up on? Yelp or Google Business, right? So definitely list yourself there. For the US, they have the Nextdoor app. I get a lot of clients from there, so I like that app. And then Agent Universe, you can create an entire profile to list you on the Travel Leaders Network. So I like that too. Now I put US only for those two because I know those are confirmed vendors for the US and confirmed app for the US. Look in your area and see what kind of, apps that you guys have that are for the community. If you want to join those, that works for you guys too, if you're international. And then check your country to see if Agent Universe is available for your country. Okay. As well, business or create business pages, create or creator pages on social media. The reason why I say this is because sometimes, like TikTok, I've always found that my personal creator page gets way more hits than my business page. Okay. Now you might find that it does the opposite for you, and that's great if it does. Fine. But I don't want you to limit yourself just on business pages. If it gets really complicated to do a business page for you, you can also turn your Facebook into a professional page, right? So there's different options on there, but the idea is to get yourself listed. That's what all I really care about is get yourself listed. Okay. Now there's going to be something that goes into this. and we're going to go into the importance of being listed in a little bit. All right. Did you set up your automated marketing? Okay. Don't get shy on this automated marketing. It's going to help you so much. The automated marketing will set you up to reach people without even trying, right? Now, it's not going to be the only thing that you're going to worry about for marketing. You're also going to want to make sure that you do your own marketing too, okay? But this is going to get your reach going. So if you had a problem last time with getting that reach to a certain level, did you have your automated marketing turned on? Okay. So all agents, you guys can set up branch up. There's a training on the cheat sheet for that. And then US only, I don't have a training for this yet, so I'm just going to show it to you, okay? But once you guys go through orientation, US only agents, watch this, okay? If you go to cruising power, which is Royal Caribbean, this isn't going to work for international, I'm going to say that again, but US only agents, if you go to your cruising power, which is the Royal Caribbean Celebrity Cruises and Silver Sea, click sales and marketing, and click on social media. They have now their own automated marketing for cruising power, which is Ralio or Ralio, however you say it, ral.io. Okay. And let's sign me in. They have their own automated posts. Okay. So you can see it scheduled on my Facebook and Instagram. And I also have one that goes on my TikTok. So you guys can check out them too. Okay. So all you have to do is go into your cruising power and then click on social media. That's another form of automated marketing. That's something else that's posting on my page. So I like that. We're going to definitely do that, right? Make it easier on ourselves. So now you have things like 5 things a day being posted on your page without you doing anything. Perfect. That's not the only part of it, but it helps, right? So make sure you guys have your automated marketing set up. There's training on how to do branch up in the cheat sheet. Is your content ready? Plan your content, focus on your client base, announce yourself, and then start marketing after, right? So I'm going to hit on the focus on your client base because I know we touched on the others already, but your client base is very important, okay? One thing that I remember at a training from Charles Lee is he was like, are you marketing to the right client, right? And that's something that I had to go through when I first started is I wanted to get the best deal and the cheapest price and the lowest, marketed, whatever, right? But then I realized the more I did that, I got lower commission. Like, especially when I used to do my Las Vegas deals, I got like $50 per commission. And that can be nice when it's added up, but by itself, $50 isn't a lot, right? So make sure that you're marketing yourself to the right client. Don't always go for the lowest price. Okay. Now, a lot of the times we do price matches, etc. Right? But make sure it's still a pretty good, decent price so you have that room for the commission. Okay. So if your clients, you want to market to the people that are out there, living their best lives that are travelers, etc. So make sure you just put a nice package together for them so you can do the best price. All right. Now, you are complete on the setup. Okay. If you have done all of this, your next steps are going to really to just start posting, get out there. I highly recommend joining groups. You can join different types of groups on Facebook. You can join Instagram, etc., and just kind of answering the questions. That's how I got my first client, actually. I answered a question in a group and I ended up helping her set up her travel afterward just because she liked the way I answered her question. So it's something as simple as that. Don't be afraid to use the people around you. Don't be afraid to use the community around you and just kind of get yourself out there. Okay. I have been here now for over 2 years, and the most way to get business for me has actually always been word of mouth. Why? Because once you do something for one person, if you do a really good job, if they value your knowledge, they value your business, what are they going to do? Recommend you to somebody else, right? So that's where I always start at. But then, of course, we have other avenues that you can take too, and just check on the trainings for those. Okay. So the next part of this training that I want to do is, are you stuck? I feel like a lot of people get stuck and they get upset and they want to stop. Okay. It's in those moments though that when you get stuck, don't just stop. Try to figure out some other way to do it because what you're doing right now isn't working. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means you need to change what you're doing. Right. And I'm assuming that's why you're here because you've come back. So let's talk about chapter 3. Help, I'm stuck. First thing, let's talk about commission. A lot of people get stuck because they didn't get the commission right when they expected it, right? So EVO Plus and instant commission is one of the best ways to make money. Why? Because it's 100% commission. You don't have to share it with anybody and you don't have to wait for it, right? We know that. So, are you aware of our new EVO Plus? If you were with us a while back and then you say, hey, why is the price now $89? Why? Well, it's because EVO Plus. EVO Plus is a new system that we have incorporated, and it basically gives us instant access to the best resort and hotel deals where we can add hundreds of dollars in commission most of the time. Add hundreds of dollars in commission, into the EVO Plus where they have the price listed, and then we can make money right away. So it's great for that, right? And we can still do flights, etc., all of that. And we have a lot of trainings in it. If you log into your back office and scroll down to the bottom of your back office, you will see the training right there. And I have it listed in the cheat sheet, but it's right here. EVO Plus, okay? And she does training on this every week, corporate wise. And where is it? Well, she was doing training. I don't know. Oh, there's right here. Oh, can't see it. EVO Plus workshop. Okay, every Thursday she does training on it, so she can show you. But that is one of the biggest money makers. When I first started for myself alone, my biggest goal. I am a stay-at-home mom, but my biggest goal was to pay my car payment. So I started doing the instant booking, the flight and the hotel, because that's what people most commonly do travel, right? So that is how I started. And I made enough. I wanted to make sure I made enough for my car payment. And now I make full-time income. So you guys all have that possibility. And it's something as simple as this too for a lot of people. Okay. So next thing, are you stuck on marketing? Make sure you guys are planning your content. That is the biggest issue that people have. Don't try to get yourself where I'm going to just book. I'm just going to, not book, but I'm just going to post every day. I'm just going to post every day. That is too much work. That is too time consuming. That is exhausting. Okay. You have to plan your content sometimes 30 days out. For a lot of people, sometimes it's weekly for me. Okay. It's weekly for me. So make sure that you plan your content. Make sure you post a mock booking. Don't be shy on the mock bookings. Okay. It doesn't have to be the most extravagant trip. Sometimes it's just a resort that I notice has a $50 deposit on it. That's fine. Works. Okay. Sometimes it's the 70% off on Virgin Voyages. That's fine too. Think about your clientele. Okay. Think about what your clients want to see when you're posting on social media, when you're doing your even local marketing, even if you're handing out your business cards, what do you want people to do with this? That's what I want you to think every time you post something. What do I want my clients to do with this? If it's a picture with some words on it and it has nothing for them to do, there's no call to action, there's no general reason to post it, it's a waste. Have a post that has a meaning. Even if it's a meme, it can still be a meme, it can still be funny, okay? But why do I want to post that meme? So people can share it. So then it builds my engagement. Okay. There's a meaning behind that. Okay. Don't post just to post. Think about your clientele. Think about what you're posting. Expand and post in groups. I think even if I share something in a group, you can share up to 7 times roughly without getting in any trouble. Okay. They don't think you're spam at that point. But I like to talk in groups. I like to post in groups. I like to answer questions. And that's a great way to get people to see your page, a great way to talk about travel, to show that you're an expert, and a great way to grow in clientele. So make sure you guys are doing that. Okay. And I have trainings on all of this. So make sure you check out the cheat sheet if that's what you're stuck on. There's trainings on how to market. Do you know how to qualify? One of the most frustrating things that agents run into is they will get a lot of lookers, but nobody who's booking. Okay. A lot of the times it's because you're not marketing to the right people. You're marketing to the people that have no budgets. Well, no, you want to market to those people. Sorry. You have the ones that don't have enough money for deposits. Trying to not be too blunt about it, but a lot of times we market to people who don't have money. And I know that doesn't mean they don't go on vacation, but you need to set yourself up where you start marketing to people, getting in front of people who want to actually travel, getting in front of people who want to actually put down a deposit. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that you guys are not asking the right questions. How do I get, like, you're asking me probably when you hear me say this, you're probably like, well, how do I know who I'm marketing to? Ask the right question. Do you have the form listed for them to get access to? That's the first question. Okay. Can they get to the form? That's the number one problem too. If they don't find the form, have the form listed. And then in the form, are you asking, can you guys at least put down a deposit? If they say no, don't waste more than 3 hours on a quote. Don't waste 6, 7 quotes. Don't go back and forth with the quotes. If they can't even do a deposit, we don't want to work with them because how can they pay? They can't do anything for us, right? So if they can do a deposit, at least I know when I'm sending this quote, there's a good chance they're going to book. Also, maybe ask them if they've traveled before. If they're new travelers, they might be price shopping. If they travel often, they already know what they're looking for, so you know exactly what to give them, so then they can do the deposit too. Okay. So I have a training in here called Identifying Lookers and Bookers. It's a very well-known training that I do. I highly recommend checking that out if this is something that you're stuck on, because I go into details. I show you examples, and I show you what to look for, so you know who's actually wanting to book and who just is looking for prices. Okay, and how to handle them and charge a fee if this becomes a thing for you. Charge a fee, and if they ask you why you're charging a fee, tell them, hey, like I have to get paid for the time that I'm doing to do this research. Okay. You can't develop a good price without looking up the price. So get paid for that. Okay. Next, do you know how to book? A lot of people generally get confused on this too. Make sure you know the steps of the booking. And I'm not talking about going and looking on Vax. That's not what I'm referring to. Everybody can do that, right? If you know how to use Expedia, you know how to use the system. I'm not worried about that. But make sure you're doing the entire process for the booking. Okay. Get the information, qualify them, do the research, ask your mentor for help. Genuinely, I've always seen mentors help with the first booking, first few bookings normally. Okay. Ask your mentor. If not, hop on a Q&A. Okay. Every team should have some kind of Q&A. And they also have booking Q&A travel live on the corporate Zoom. You guys can check that out. Okay. So there's a Q&A. Hop on that Q&A, say, hey, I need help with this booking. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. First, do your research, right? Don't expect them to do it for you. Do your research. And then if you get stuck, ask for help. Okay. And then mentor wise, I normally highly recommend, most mentors always will do the first bookings, first couple of bookings with them, with you guys. So check with your mentor. All right. Make sure you guys are getting, you know, the quotes sent out, make sure you're responding to them, make sure that you guys are doing the credit card authorization form, you know, submitting your commission tracking form. And that's another thing too that a lot of people make sure that they don't really know how to do too, is the commission tracking form. When you guys submit it, you guys now can go back. This is an update if you haven't been here for a while. Pending travel commission. Okay. You guys can click on that now and check your travel commissions. Make sure that your Kimbo card is attached. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but that's just some things that you guys can miss too. Okay. Make sure all of that, that your Kimbo card is ordered, all of that too. That's part of the booking process. So make your commission tracking form, make sure they're all submitted, make sure that you can see them submitted, and then check for pending travel commissions that are due. Okay. Right? If you've done your first booking already, that's the next part I talk about is the Akimbo card. I actually have a picture inside our cheat sheet to show you exactly what to do with the Akimbo card. So here at the bottom, almost done right here. All right. So when you guys get your letter for your Akimbo, we all know we get the first 6 or 7 digits. We then go into our back office, click account tab, and then update personal info and put that identifier there. You guys can't get paid if you don't do this, okay? If you don't know your identifier, you can call. If you mess this up and you know you messed it up, just click on, oh, the blue chat box, which is not there right now. Should be a blue chat box right here. I don't know where it went. Maybe because I logged out. Well, there should be a blue chat box right there. I don't know why it's not there. Oh, there's something wrong with this. Okay, so it's me. So there's a blue chat box that will be right here. Click on that. Okay. But in general, you can message them and say, hey, I messed it up, and they'll fix it for you. But if those things are not right, you will not get paid. So please get those parts right. Okay. Now, time to get started. So that's all I have for you guys. This is short and simple to the point. But it's time to get started. Make sure you guys have a plan. Make sure you have the plan ready to act out before you do it. Don't jump the gun and just start doing everything. Okay. And then don't be afraid to make your first post. I think that's one last thing that I say that people get hung up on is having the perfect post. That perfect post is not going to happen right now. If this is your first few times posting, it's not going to be perfect. If you look at my post from when I first started to now, there's a big difference. But I also kind of developed into what works, what doesn't work, etc. Okay. So just make the post and then continue to get better as you go. So if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to comment below. You guys a lot of times will find me on Facebook. That works too. And generally, make sure you reach out to your mentor after watching this if you have questions so that they can further assist you. And feel free to use that cheat sheet, to watch any of the trainings. And two, make sure you guys like and subscribe so I know that these kind of videos are helping you guys and I can make more. All right. But thank you so much for joining me. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And I wish you guys the most success on this journey as you guys are developing into travel professionals. And welcome back.